Thank you, Madam General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, and Hannah. I say this every time I have to evaluate. You guys are so good, Hannah. I was just looking. I was just searching for flaws in your presentation, and I have to say, super hard to come by. This was great. What a fun treat of a presentation this was. I have a lot to say about what you did, and I'm going to try to get in as much as I can in my 3 minutes and 30 seconds here. I'm going to divide this up into 3 parts. I first want to give you kudos for your use of your non-speaking tools. When I am talking about a non-speaking tool, I am talking about everything that she did without saying a word. For me, your introduction was brilliant. And I'll talk a little bit more about this later, but in certain speech structures, we have one in particular is tell them what you're going to tell them. Tell them what you told them. That is what you engaged us in here, and it started with your introduction. I knew exactly what your speech was going to be about because the Toastmasters said so. So we were well primed. Before even that, your title also let me know exactly what the speech was going to be about. Going Beyond the President's Club. I got it. I had an inkling. It was confirmed in the intro, and all of this laddered up to exactly what you did in your presentation, or at least the content of your presentation, which I thought was great. One neglected non-speaking tool that we don't see very often, but is always awesome, props. Thank you. Shout out Reese's mic. That was really cool. And then, of course, you have your actual slideshow. And I just thought your slides were so clear and so well organized, and the flow was exactly where it needed to be. So kudos for all your non-speaking tools. That said, let's talk about your speaking tools that you used. As I've already mentioned, I thought your speech was extremely structurally sound, leaning into that classic Toastmasters tell them what you're going to tell them, and tell them what you told them setup. I thought your audience engagement was outstanding. From the very first line, hey guys, did you ever look at your agenda and wonder about these things up here? Even if we hadn't, you got us looking, you got us involved, and I really loved that. And then you followed that up with an entire interview process. We got a talk show in the middle of a speech. That was really fun. I appreciated that. Your humor is another tool. We think of it as people's style, but humor is a tool. And I don't know if you do it on purpose, but you have this deadpan thing where you take yourself so seriously, but not seriously at the same time. Don't know if it's on purpose, but I absolutely love it. It made this a joy to be a part of. And I could keep going on the things that you did really well. One thing I want to call out is that the moment we started interviewing people, and that became part of your speaking process, it was like, oh, this is no longer a speech. This is a facilitation. And the interesting thing about facilitations is that they're not speeches, that your time is not your own. So if I could give you a couple pieces of advice when it comes to leaning into a facilitation format. Number 1, we have to manage our time. I believe you went over your time, and I believe that was not your fault. To a certain extent, one thing that we have to manage is other people's time. So when you're doing that, a couple hacks. If you knew, I'm assuming you talked to whoever you were interviewing beforehand. If we didn't tell them, hey guys, we have 30 seconds to talk or 1 minute to talk, prime them, let them know so they can have that in their head. Also, do that when you walk up to them. Hey Richie, I want to interview you in 2 minutes. Tell me how you felt about being DTM. It'll be back in his head. So I want you to prime them in that way verbally. Also, I want you to prime your interviewees visually, physically. This means if we know there's a camera here or wherever, we're not standing here, because who does that help? We're standing here, and we might even ask them to look at the mic. Whatever we need to do to make sure people get their time to shine, that's what we need to do. But other than that, flawless. Thank you so much for a fun time.